The dark history of the pink triangle symbol. From Nazi Germany to present day. The dark history of the pink triangle symbol. The pink triangle is a powerful symbol with a dark history that dates back to Nazi Germany. Under Adolf Hitler's regime, the Nazis persecuted and imprisoned LGBTQ+ individuals, particularly gay men, who were forced to wear pink triangles in concentration camps to identify them as part of a persecuted group. The dark history of the pink triangle symbol. The pink triangle was one of several colored badges used by the Nazis to classify prisoners. While yellow stars marked Jewish prisoners, pink triangles were used for men accused of homosexuality. The Nazis classified prisoners in concentration camps into groups according to the reason for their imprisonment. By 1938, these groups were identified with various colored badges worn on camp uniforms. Many men imprisoned for allegedly violating paragraph 175 had to wear a pink triangle. This badge identified them as homosexual, according to the prisoner classification system. Sometimes these prisoners were called 175ers. Pink triangle prisoners suffered enormous abuse in concentration camps. They often found themselves near the bottom of the camp hierarchy, where they were subject to abuse from other prisoners and from the SS guards. Nonetheless, a few well-educated men imprisoned as homosexuals managed to secure jobs within the camp administration. Holding such a position helped many of these prisoners survive. In general, however, research suggests that homosexual prisoners had a very low chance of survival. Paragraph 175. Homosexuality was criminalized under paragraph 175 of the German Penal Code, which the Nazis adjusted to make it much broader and aggressively enforced. Paragraph 175. Paragraph 175 became part of the German Empire's criminal code in 1871. This statute built on a long tradition of criminalizing and punishing sexual relations between men across Europe. It remained a part of German criminal codes in various forms until 1994. The 1871 version of paragraph 175 read, "Unnatural sexual acts, widernatürlich Unzucht, committed between persons of the male sex or by humans with animals, is punishable with imprisonment. A loss of civil rights may also be sentenced." During both the German Empire and the Weimar Republic, the German criminal justice system interpreted unnatural sexual acts in a narrow way. Men could only be convicted for violating the prohibition against sexual relations between men if it could be proven they had engaged in intercourse-like, beischlafsänlich, acts. This made it very difficult for the police and the justice system to enforce paragraph 175. Proving that intercourse-like acts had occurred often required policemen to catch the individuals in the act. As a result of the justice system interpreting the statute narrowly, statistics show that yearly convictions typically numbered in the hundreds during both the German Empire and the Weimar Republic. Paragraph 175. Adolf Hitler was appointed Chancellor of Germany in January 1933. In the first 2.5 years of the Nazi regime, the government enforced paragraph 175 similarly to the way it was enforced in the Weimar Republic. At this time, the Nazis also used other means to target Germany's gay community. For example, they closed meeting places, arrested repeat offenders, and shuttered presses. However, in 1935 the Nazi regime revised paragraph 175. Afterwards, it began prosecuting men in far greater numbers for violating this statute. As part of a broader Nazi effort to rewrite and reform the criminal code, Nazi jurists amended paragraph 175 on June 28, 1935. The new version of the statute went into effect on September 1st of that year. The Nazi version of paragraph 175 read, "A man who commits sexual acts, Unzucht, with another man, or allows himself to be misused for sexual acts by a man, will be punished with prison." Notably, Nazi jurists dropped the adjective unnatural, widernatürlich, from the new version. They did so because, according to their understanding, the word unnatural had created a problem. It had forced the criminal justice system to define the crime too narrowly as intercourse-like, beischlafsänlich, acts. Removing the term unnatural made the statute more vague and allowed for a broader interpretation of the phrase sexual acts. Consequently, a wide range of intimate and sexual behaviors could be and were punished as criminal. This even included gestures as simple as looking at or touching another man. As before, however, neither paragraph 175 nor any other statute ever criminalized identifying as a gay man. Nonetheless, the revision of paragraph 175 broadly expanded the type of acts subject to punishment. Thus, it dramatically increased the number of men punished under the statute. Sections 175A and 175B. The new version of paragraph 175 had two additional sections, 175A and 175B. Section 175A listed 4 specific behaviors that the Nazis saw as particularly egregious violations of paragraph 175. These included a man coercing another man to have sex, initiating sexual relations with a male subordinate or employee, having sexual relations with a male minor under the age of 21, engaging in prostitution with another man. The Nazi regime saw men who engaged in these behaviors as particularly harmful because they believed that they were corrupting other men. According to 175A, These acts could result in a sentence of up to 10 years hard labor in a prison. Within the context of the German criminal justice system, this was a comparatively long and harsh prison sentence. Importantly, both parties could be punished. For analogous heterosexual acts, only the person who instigated the act could be penalized. Furthermore, the legally prescribed sentences for analogous heterosexual acts were shorter.